Hello everyone and welcome to a book review for Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is the first Emily Henry book that I have read and I actually rather enjoyed it. A couple of times it made me giggle. So yeah, it was actually a pretty fun read. This author, I would say, is very well loved on BookTube and is very much hyped, as well as like Taylor Jenkins Reid. For me, the books that I've read from Taylor Jenkins Reid are a bit overhyped. I do want to try some of her. I do know that she's written kind of a different style recently compared to what her backlist, from my understanding from watching a couple of different people. So I would like to try some of her backlist, see if I like those more than her current releases. But Emily Henry, this was actually pretty dang good. There is an open door sex scene in this, at least. But I would say the spice level on this is mild compared to a lot of the other stuff that I've been reading. Definitely not a closed door. You do see some of the stuff, but it's not overly vulgar or explicit is the word I'm looking for. So this one has one POV and it is told in first person, and this is the POV of, what's her name? Harriet. So Harriet has been going to school to become a doctor or a surgeon, at the very least a doctor, I think a surgeon, but she's questioning some things. She had a fallout with her fiance, so they are no longer engaged. She has two best friends and they meet at this place that they used to go to, and it turns out that her best friend's father that owns the place is selling it. So they're on this vacation as a last hurrah. This is told in two timelines. You have the past and you have the present, where they are at this cabin and things are kind of starting to hit the fan. I'm not going to say some things that you figure out, but basically one thing I will say is Harriet does show up at this vacation place to see her best friends, and their partners are there, and including Wynn, who is Harriet's ex-fiance, and they decide to put on a show. They agree to kind of, in front of their friends, act like a fiance and a loving couple. But we're wondering how long can they keep this act up, and are their friends going to see right through it? Okay, and that's it. And then again, the past, it talks about how her and her ex-fiance started dating, what the relationship was like, and then what caused the fallout. So yeah, that is A Happy Place. This was, I didn't write down when this was published. This was published in 2023 by Berkeley, which is an imprint of Penguin Random House LLC. So this is a standalone book, and this is an adult romance contemporary. And as far as rep goes, you have LGBT rep in this. There is a couple in this that is a female-female relationship. And the audiobook is narrated by Julia Whelan and is 11 hours and 3 minutes on standard one-time speed. So that's the rep that you have. You do have a bit of, that's the only rep that you know of. I was going to say, as far as racial diversity, I'm only saying it because you do have a black character, a olive skin character, and then a bunch of white characters on the cover. So I'm guessing there's racial diversity. Of course, the race and the color of people's skin is not brought up in this. So do with that what you will, but I'm assuming there would be just naturally some diversity there as well. As far as trigger warnings, you have loss of a parent talked about quite a bit, and a parent that is sick. You also have depression talked about. And holding in your emotions and what you're really feeling, and like bottling things up until, think of bottling up all of your emotions like shaking a soda can or a soda bottle, so much so that once you try to release any of it, it's all going to spurt out. So yeah, keeping things bottled up. I used to do that all the time. I still find myself doing that, and I think a lot of people do. But yeah. Okay, so as far as the characters, so again, you have Harriet, you have Wynne, who is Harriet's ex-fiance, and then there's a couple of them. You have Sabrina and Cleo, Harriet, Sabrina, and Cleo were like the 3 original BFFs. And then I can't remember if it's Sabrina or Cleo, but one of them is a lesbian and is in a female-female relationship. I don't remember her partner's name, and I don't remember either of the partner's name. What were their partners' names? Cleo, let's see. So it's Wynne and Harriet. Parth. I think it's Parth and Cleo. Kimmy. And then Sabrina and Kimmy, I think. But yeah, Kimmy, Parth, Sabrina, Cleo, Wynne, and Harriet. That's the group of friends that we're following. At one point there is drug use, like weed infused gummy bears or something like that. So they do have this moment where they are actually high on weed, so do be aware of that as well. Yeah, so those are the trigger warnings. Not much. It was actually a pretty light-hearted. There are some harder hitting stuff, but it doesn't delve too deep into the harder stuff, so it's a very light-hearted read. I would consider that. All right, so that's the basic synopsis without spoilers and the trigger warnings that I was able to come up with. Now, in case you're still on the fence and are wondering about word usage that's going to sway you either to try it out or to give it a pass, let's go into the word counts. So you have, as far as a religious word, you have the word God, and it is said 30 times, and it is not in a religious sense. You have the word fuck used 42 times, hell 10, boobs 4, shit 37, ass 19, slut 9, nipple 5, masturbate once, erection 3 times, grind 2, bitch once, horny 3, hard 2, breast 3, vagina 1, penis 1, damn 2, cum, C-O-M-E 1, and dick 1. So not too bad on the language. Again, for this being a romance, you can hopefully tell by the certain verbiage usage, not overly explicit, that you would think with some of these other ones. Like I'm about to do a review for another book that is a lot of sexual terms. So, should someone be 18 or older? I mean, possibly, but at the same time, I think someone that's 16 or 17 would probably be okay, depending on their maturity level, handling this one. Like a book that I'm about to do a review for, definitely need to be 18 or older for. So this one, I think, depending on their maturity level, but yeah, so those are my thoughts. Let me know. Have you read Happy Place by Emily Henry? I know Emily Henry has several other books out. This is my very first Emily Henry book. I will be picking up more of Emily's work. Let me know if you have not read Happy Place. What book have you read by Emily Henry? And what are your thoughts on the author's work? Do you like it? Do you not? Let me know. And if you have read all of their work or any part of it, any of their works, what's your favorite book that Emily Henry has written? Or do you absolutely hate Emily Henry's writing? Let me know. Talk to me in the comments section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.